Hello and welcome back to a Von Bites video. I did not take another month hiatus. Good for me, round of applause for me. But anywho, hopefully you guys had a good weekend, start of the week, whenever you're watching this. But hope you guys have been well. Today we'll be talking about a little bit of a topic that's been in my mind for a while, but I never knew how to tackle it. But basically, I'm a VTuber, but I don't feel like a VTuber. But anyway, let's get into the video. And before we get into the topic at hand, I would really appreciate it if you guys like, comment, and subscribed. Again, I don't ask for this, but I'm gonna start doing it because it's the YouTube thing to do. But seriously though, I do appreciate the engagement. I love seeing people's comments, whether it be their experience based on the video or their insight or whatever it may be. Highly appreciate it. And of course, likes let me know that you like the video. And subscribe as well. I would like to grow my channel, you know, some way, somehow. So yeah, I really appreciate the feedback and support I do get on videos. When I do ask for them, they are very helpful. So even if you just put a comment and say hello, or this was a good video, something like that helps me make more videos because it lets me know that, you know, people are watching and they do want them. But anyway, let's actually get into the topic, which is I don't really feel like a VTuber at all. Where does that stem from? Let's go back to when I first started streaming on the lovely site called Twitch. I knew about VTubers, of course. I think it was back in like 2020, 2021, around that time. It's funny because I told myself that I would never be one. And to be fair, when I would say that, that was due to my vision of a VTuber, you know, which is like mostly the corporate ones, you know, putting a personality, like you're this character essentially, and that's your whole identity. I didn't want to be that. And I'm not that, to be fair, but we'll get into that later. But anyway, so I told myself I did not want to be a VTuber. So, I found PNG tubers, which again, at the time I also didn't know how to make a VTuber. So I figured, use my art, I'll just draw my Sona, which I drew myself first, and I was a PNG tuber. I didn't want to show my face because I'm ugly as sin. I'm not actually, but I feel like it because self-esteem go burst or whatever. But I didn't have to put any effort on my appearance in real life to be on camera, so I drew myself up a little PNG. I don't know if I have the file anymore, but if I remember, I will put a clip here of it for one of the clips that I have on Twitch. It will show like my first PNG, but it was basically me. So me and my ex, we did that, and we had PNGs and it was chill. I never changed who I was, how I acted, or anything. It was just me, and I didn't want to be on webcam, but also since I was an artist, I wanted to use it for something, and I saw cool PNGs and cool VTubers around that time, so it just made sense. So I did that for 9 months to a year, maybe a little less than that, but until I stopped for a while. Yeah, but it was fine. It was good. I had slight animation. It was cute, whatever. So stopped streaming because I was discouraged. Fast forward to the end of 22, I get back on it. But instead, actually, no, I'm jumping ahead, I think. No, I made a VTuber before that. Okay, sorry, go back before I stopped streaming for a while. I did actually make a VTuber. I kind of forgot because she's ugly. But my first ever VTuber, I didn't know how to rig. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had fun, and she exists. Again, same thing. If I find a clip, I will put it here of her movement, so to speak, even though it is awful. But it shows my progress. But yeah, I did it of Shimo. And for those of you who don't know who Shimo is, that is my old Sona until I transitioned into Vaughn, who you see now. But anywho, that was my first ever VTuber. 1.0, I guess. Or, yeah, 1.0. Then I stopped streaming because of discouragement. And then I came back with a bang. I made a brand new model entirely. I will make sure I put each little progress of my models. So I will put my, I guess we'll call it 2.0 here. I did a princessy queen theme based on this art piece. I will put this here. I'm giving myself a lot of work. But anyway, yeah, I based it off of this art I made unrelated to anything. I just made it because I thought it was pretty and I just drew it. And then when I wanted to get back into streaming and make a new model, I said, oh, since VTuber models tend to have a fantastical out of world element to the design sometimes, I figured I would, you know, put my Sona in this dress I made. Whatever. So we started that way. It was cute. It was fun. I was having a great time. My rigging had gotten a lot better and my art style had changed. So I enjoyed this model. And then I don't recall when I started working on my 2.0 or why. Well, not to say why, but I definitely need to be updated. But I did start working on my 2.0 and she came out beautiful. I love my 2.0. I guess 2.0. Did I call it 2.0 at the time? Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. The one I just talked about was 2.0. The one I'm talking about right now is 3.0. I don't know why I'm getting my numbers mixed up. 3.0, which was the one I just retired like a month ago. 3.0, again, another step up. Rigging was better, our style changed. It was Shimo again in a more relaxed outfit, very chill. But I love this model also. You know, we're getting closer to today. And lastly and currently, we have Vaughn. This is the evolution of all of my artistic abilities and skill to search up YouTube videos of how to rig things for the 15th time. I personally love how this model came out. I love the rigging. It's not crazy. Keep in mind, you will see models out there with rigging that is fantastic, like worth the thousands of dollars you spent. My models are not worth $1,000, nor will I ever claim that it's worth $1,000. But for me, and for people who don't want expensive models, the few times I did commissions for them, I think it works. But anyway, here's Vaughn. Love her. So cute. She's basically me, but dished up. So I'm a digital vampire. Am I actually a digital vampire? No, obviously. But I love this model. She's great. And here I am currently. Just wanted to give a history of me being a VTuber in quotations. In the literal sense, I am a VTuber. But, and what made me want to do this video especially was the Iron Mouse stuff. We're not going to talk about that like in detail or anything, but more just like in general of the VTuber dramas I've seen. I'm not calling the Iron Mouse situation drama because it's not. That's like a serious situation. But like controversies, there we go, we'll say that, that's come up over the years that I've just looked at in the background. That made me want to do this. But also another half of it is, you know, I'll be streaming rather, or even like in my Discord server. If you want to check out my Discord, it's in the description. And people will post like clips of their favorite VTuber, and they're usually like the really big ones, right? And, you know, people love Iron Mouse, or I can't think of any other ones. That shows you how much I don't know. There's a lot of big VTubers who I've seen, I just don't have a name for. Apologies. But, you know, people love them, of course. They're just like any other streamer, except they have big booba and cute voice and everything else. But I feel so disconnected, even though I'm technically a part of this community. You know, I already don't really watch a lot of streamers like the traditional way, which would be while they're live. Yeah, I know. I literally stream on Twitch and I'm a VTuber and I don't do things that I'm associated with. But anyway, yeah, I don't watch streams like that typically. If it is a creator I do like, I tend to catch a VOD because a lot of the time when someone is streaming, it's usually out of my way, like I'm at work or I can't really watch it kind of thing. Or I forget and I'll look at the VOD and I'm like, oh, okay, this is my pace. I can pause, I can do whatever. Which is stupid because Twitch still doesn't have a way to like scrub through a live stream like YouTube does, but whatever. I'm not complaining about that today. But yeah, I'm not really someone who watches live streams. And then if I am watching a live stream, 99% of the time, it is not a VTuber. Don't ask me why. I just never gravitated towards the typical VTuber experience. Again, I hope I'm not stepping on toes. I hope I'm not offending anybody. I'm just explaining how I've felt. And again, I'm mostly talking about big VTubers, not small ones like us. Because small ones like us, like, there's something very sweet about smaller VTubers that I personally enjoy more if I were to watch them. My peers, a lot of them are VTubers. Love them. and again, I'm biased because I'm a small VTuber and we're all small together and we're all trying to navigate this website or websites. But, you know, seeing the big corporate VTubers who, in my opinion, I personally I don't think corporate was very good. Clearly, we're kind of seeing that happen in real time with the V Sojo situation. But personally, even if I was offered to be in a corporate situation, I wouldn't take it just because I don't want to sell my soul, if that makes sense. Like, not to say I don't know any of these individual situations, you know, joining whichever corporate it was, but I'm saying for myself, I would not want to sell my soul away. And what I mean when I say that is, at least for some groups, probably more so like Niji Sanji or something, like if they want to graduate or break their contract or whatever word you want to use, that personality, that design, everything that people associated with you, that's theirs. That's done deal. That's kind of yucky. Now, I don't think VSojo does this. I think the VTuber already exists and then they recruit. That's separate. That's different. But yeah, like Niji Sanji, like that's kind of crazy. And then like legally you're not allowed to use that personality, that character, whatever, the name even. You know, you have to just completely disconnect. Which I don't think it's, let me not say fair, because I'm sure there was contracts and rules that they signed for. And they knew, I guess, if they wanted to leave the company, they would have no choice but to give up the persona. Whatever. Doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean it's great. But anyway, that aside, that kind of leans into like my not fondness of like big VTubers in general. But second of all, personally, I don't like the fake personalities. I don't really like the putting on a persona on stream thing. Now, this is all preference. Don't flame me in the comments, please. If this video somehow blows up, don't flame me. If you love corpo VTubers, or if you love big VTubers who put it on the show, or if you just love big VTubers in general, no issues. Like who you like. You literally can be entertained by whoever. It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with these people. They're just having a good time on the internet. That's all we can ask for. But for me personally, I've never been too attached to them. And I guess for me, when I think of streaming, you getting on stream, you are basically promoting yourself, you're broadcasting yourself. And when I think of like putting on a personality or being this character, it's not fully yourself, personally. So when I became a VTuber, and I've said it many times across many different things, that me being a VTuber is literally like nothing. It doesn't attach to who I am or what I do. Just because I have a cool semi-animated drawing on screen does not change who I am, doesn't change my morals, doesn't change what I do, how I speak, how I carry myself. So something I ran into with my old VTuber, Shimo, or Sona, is that at least personally, my voice does not match Shimo's design. For Shima, I've always envisioned her to be a little bit more bubbly than me, probably a little bit higher pitched up a voice than me, which is fine. Didn't care, you know. But in transitioning to Vaughn, it's a lot easier to feel like myself because the design reflects me more, because it literally is me with just fancy elements to it. And you know, when I do act the way I do on stream, aka just chill and vibe in, it makes sense. That's something every now and then I would consider when I was being Shima. And I'm sure other people do too as well. Like your design, what you put out there, you know, people have an image of you, and how you act and how you carry yourself also matters. Whether it be negative or positive, doesn't matter. But we do think about this stuff, especially as an artist as well. Or people who commission artists, like you have a vision in mind when you're commissioning someone, or if you're designing your own thing, there's a vision in mind that you're trying to push or get people to kind of understand your mindset or your design philosophy, whatever. So all that non-artist, I guess you could say artist stuff, but whatever, I'm not a professional, is when I see big VTubers, there's a disconnect for me, just because for one, they're big, chat's moving real fast, it's hard there's not really one-on-one, you know, anyway. But two, typically the ones that I've run into, they are playing it up a little bit. You know, they got the blue physics turned up, they got the high-pitched voice, you know, they're all cutesy. That's fine. But for me, who likes chill people, you know, I don't really like the theatrics and all that all the time. It just doesn't really click for me. So I've always found it a funny juxtaposition to claim that I'm a VTuber, but I'm not. I don't look up to anyone in the VTuber space, like in the sense of the big ones. I don't watch any of them. I'm not fans of any of them. Not because there's anything wrong, to be fair. They're just not for me. It is preference. I will keep saying this because I don't want people to flame me. And I don't want you to also feel like I'm hating on you because you like them. I'm not, I promise. I don't care, like in the sense of, I literally don't care. Like who you like, as long as they're not morally doing something bad, then who cares? But I'm just giving my 2 cents because I can and I can talk on the internet, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny. Let me know if you also feel the same. Like you just, for those of you who have a VTuber, but you're not really in the VTuber space, if that makes sense. Because I think that's where I'm at. I'm on the very like outer circles of VTubing. I have a VTuber, but I don't really partake in VTuber things. I don't really do a lot of collabs. I don't really, I'm a bit of a loner, I think. My introvertedness comes through a lot of the time. And I kind of like to keep to myself, which to be honest with you, in the streaming space, especially VTubers, you not collabing like doesn't make you grow. But I've kind of accepted like that's fine. I don't really care enough to like force friendships or force collabs. Yes, I have my peers and my friends and I love them very much. And if I'm in a mood to do something, I will reach out. And if they would ask me, I would probably be down. But you know, I feel like people you rated one time, like I'm not gonna collab with you. I don't know you. If we naturally become friends over time, bam, that's cool. Sorry. That's cool if we were to get close and hang out like that, but I don't force anything. And if somebody tries to force something with me, I usually make a note of it and move on. But anyway, all that yapping aside, hopefully someone could latch onto that and be like, yeah, no, I get that. Like, I can kind of feel that. Again, no hate to big VTubers. They are literally there as a pedestal for us to hopefully climb through. That VTubers can actually be successful as much as the big streamers like Moist Critical or Kai Cenat or whatever. So I think that's really cool. It puts us on the map. So we do appreciate them. But also, I'm just super chill. And like, I like chill things to watch. So sometimes I'm like, and I'm a girl, but I'm not that girly, like generally speaking. So like, you know, if I don't like Iron Mouse or insert other VTubers here that I don't seem to know the names of, but I have designs in my face, in my brain, that's okay too. Please love who you love, like who you like, watch who you want to watch. You guys watching this video right now, you're choosing to watch it. But there's probably people who see the video and skip it. That's cool too. You're not obligated to watch me. I'm not expecting any views. So any ones that I get, I highly appreciate. Anyway, I just had a coughing fit a few seconds ago because I've been talking too long. So maybe I should stop talking. But hopefully you liked my little topic video today. Trying to come up with new stuff. Also, if you recall from last video, I complained about because of my stream layout and how I angled the drawing screen, I had a hard time scaling it here. I found a fix. We will be good now. Also, I didn't talk about the drawing. My bad. Basically, I was drawing Rouge. This was like 2 months ago on a whim. Actually, no, it wasn't on a whim. This was, sorry, I forgot. This was my Ko-Fi request back then. My members chose Rouge. I drew Rouge. She looks great. This is probably towards the end of the video because I've been yapping this whole time and kind of forgot what I was doing. Whatever, I was in the zone. But anywho, if you like the drawing, thank you very much. It'll be in the description. If you like the video, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you'd like to support me monthly, I do have my Ko-Fi. I do have YouTube memberships, so this is my version of that. You do get art in the memberships and other various goodies. So if you want to check it out, please feel free. I greatly appreciate anybody who donates, but if you can't donate, do not worry, do not fret, do not feel anything, because I have a full-time job. Don't worry about me financially. It is just a way, if you want to support me extra, please feel free. I will appreciate you. But if you just watch my videos or join my streams, I will also appreciate you just as much. Also, Discord in the description. And the rest of my socials are also in the description. Feel free to check them out. I post art when I can, when I make something, or make stream announcements or video announcements. But with that, I am done yapping. Enjoy the rest of the speed paint, enjoy the rest of the music, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Let's look at the funk. Yo, give me something to dance to. Let's look at the funk.